infinite enjoyment. Podcast for the ages. All you other podcasts more boring than pages. Make money off of Patreon, not a slave for wages. DMT, free your mind, break away from cages.
Yeah.
Infinite enjoyment is back.
Back with episode 2.
The sophomore slump.
Slump.
Slump. Yeah, we're on the radio. So,
just to get the ASMR segment out of the way.
Oh wow.
we've got a first time stamp already.
It's almost better than last time.
So they tried to shut us down by the fact that I was sick for 1 week, and so we couldn't do the pod. And I was also in Belgium.
Same thing basically.
The national illness. And they tried to stop us from saying what we wanted to say, spreading the good word. And well, they couldn't. So now we're back, and we've got the 3 normal presenters. You all know us, but we've also got one special guest already. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, hello. I am Nikolas of Oxford.
Yes.
I'm the local reporter in my studio in Oxford. Hello, everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, Nick.
Yes. So he goes to Oxford. He's very clever.
So they say.
Anyway,
The brain.
he's the brains. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's a good friend of me and William. I've known for many years. He's going to be promoting his obscure political ideology to the masses, and
I know it's about farms. And,
it is about farms. Yes.
Looking
Yes,
forward to that massively.
there are farms involved.
Farms involved a great deal of farms. So
Okay.
So we do have an agenda.
We do have an agenda.
all right.
Yeah, we do have something.
Oh, no, wait, hold
You can't let that get out. It's insincere to have an agenda.
We don't have an agenda.
Well, no, we're sincere about having an agenda.
Oh, true.
We're sincere. We're
Fair
sincere
enough.
about insincerity.
That is a bit of an ethical
Yeah,
dilemma.
It's like this.
You
Like
have,
this
you have to
statement
be a
is
bit
not
sincere to be sincere.
You got to be a bit sincere to be sincere. Okay, yeah, we wanted to tell you guys about Dennis the Menace.
You got to break a few eggs to make an omelet.
So, if you could, in the least esoteric way possible, describe Dennis the Menace, Torsten.
Yeah. So basically, I came across a fact this week that's so fucking bonkers that I'm gonna bring it up to at every function that I'm at. And this was sparked by a disagreement with me and a British friend who insisted that the British Dennis the Menace came before the American one, and I insisted that the American one came before the British one. And then I look into it, and the first thing the Wikipedia page tells me, as this is just some normal thing, is that apparently the 2 Dennis the Menaces that exist were like thought up independently and then debuted on the same day in comic strips in the US and the UK. And they're distinct because one is a little shorter and blonde, and the other looks a little Polish, looks like a Dragon Ball character with black hair, and that's a dog called Gnasher. But yeah, Dennis the Menace, same damn epithet, just like independently thought up by 2 different guys. That's just crazy.
Yeah, that is proper insane.
Would you like to? Do you have any
Yes.
thoughts on this bill?
Yes, it's quite incredible actually, until you realize that they have a common origin. That is, that very famous quintographer, Simon Dennis, he was often referred to in his department of quintography in the University of Leeds as Dennis the Menace due to his various scandals that I won't go into because he has a reputation to uphold.
Dennis,
But yes, he was often called Dennis the Menace, and this was in the 70s, so it has a common origin.
That's actually some useful input.
that sounds fascinating, actually.
I would leave that out at the function, you know. But
yeah, you don't want the host to know about quintography. Yeah. So, also, could you tell us where we could find out more about this sort of thing?
Well, he has a website, which is simondennis.co.uk. You can also find out about on the archives of Quintography, quintography.com, and also on another website which has a lot of detailed information about Simon Dennis, which is spqr2gang.com.
Oh, I know that website.
That's the one you're going to want to go to.
Yeah, that is the one that has not been erased by the government of Czechia.
Yeah, that's some unbearable shit right there.
Unbearable, like.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Nick. I keep like game jacking. I wonder if it's like okay.
Game jacking?
It's fine if you empty that bitch, by the way. I don't think my dad will mind. So just like go ham on it.
Okay.
When we're talking about bitches, emptying that bitch, we're talking about a bottle of apple juice, by the way.
Carton.
We're not talking about a human being.
I think about Dennis, that will always cement him into Swedish culture is that we have a faux Dennis plastered on a really shitty brand of hot dogs. And you'll note that they're called hot dogs. They're not called varmkorv because they are not legally allowed to be called sausages because of their low meat content. And on this packet, there's a character that looks, deceivingly like Dennis the Menace, the American version, but it's not in fact Dennis the Menace. It's just his likeness, meant to appeal to the nostalgia of boomers and Gen X, so they can buy the inferior product for their children.
That is fascinating.
That is
really
super.
And they have gotten the name Dennis Hot Dogs.
Dennis Dow.
That was a bird out there.
Yeah, it's a lot of birds in this part.
This part of town, which you won't name.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite similar to how in the UK, actually, how there are different bags for different waste products. In the UK, actually, recycling bags are not recyclable because they're made out of a type of plastic which isn't.
Oh man, we're not saving the environment that way.
Oh no! Is this more Quintography stuff or
No, what exactly?
It's just a fun fact.
We don't know where sincerity ends and insincerity begins.
Now, what is Quintography?
The end of
Sincere question.
insincerity.
What is Quintography?
Quintography? Okay.
I
I think we'll let Bill speak on this.
Yeah.
It's a really complex
Yes.
topic.
Yes, essentially it's a science or a philosophy, I suppose, which was made in the late 19th century by Kenny Middleton in various points of his life. Towards the end of his life, he focused more on mathematics. He was a mathematician, but he also worked on this philosophy called Quintography, and there's a lot of history behind it. It's very interesting.
Yeah, because I'm on Quintography.com here, and I see a picture of some kind of big cat.
Oh no! Don't go to Quintography.com. That's actually some guy's photography website.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, it's
go to SPQR2 gang.
it's Quentin Airmayman. Okay, big cats.
No Quintography. That's not where you want to. Also, probably don't go to SimonDennis.com either.
Yeah. Okay. So where do I go?
SPQR2 gang.
Speak UR2.
SPQR2.
SPQR2.
Click the link.
Gang. Yeah, here it is.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, leave that for later. That's a whole wheel.
Brotherhood of G's.
Well, you're gonna want to leave this for
Yeah. This is like a whole different thing. Yeah. Okay.
You're very much gonna get lost in this.
That's a rabbit hole and a half.
It's unfortunately, all three of the websites that I recommended have not been well organized. So, for example, on Quintography.com, you'll have to search quite a bit on there to find Simon Dennis's work.
Yeah, we'll have to give him that cheetah picture. So, okay. Anyway, so let's talk, guys.
Yeah.
Let's get some podcasting.
I wonder if like that last segment made any sense to anyone.
The esotericism is, that's the part of it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to elaborate further later.
Oh, I see. We should read out the comments. What do you think about this?
The segment where we read out the comments.
What comments?
The comments, like the 5 comments we got on the past video.
Okay, let's definitely do that.
Okay.
We have one bot comment and one from a friend.
Yeah. So, thanks for all the feedback, guys. That was very sincere.
It's very much appreciated.
Very much appreciated.
This video is sponsored by Manscaped.
Love you,
So long,
love
and
you
thanks
guys.
for all the feedback.
Yeah.
Man, that's taking a while.
Thanks to Nahom. He said he watched the whole thing.
Oh, he did?
He did, yeah. He
Nice.
told me that he's watched the whole thing. Shout out to Nahom.
Did he like it? If he got through the whole thing, he probably likes it a little,
We said worst podcast I've ever heard. That was just
Yeah,
true.
some engagement.
Yaro said Angie Bib.
Yaro being our Ukrainian friend.
Ukrainian.
who's also like British by growing up, and it was with him I had an argument about Dennis the Menace.
Various historical shenanigans. As a Ukrainian, this is cool, he says. So we've also gotten a German bot who says everything very nice, but first the numbers 10 and 1 together. One brunette and another blonde. It would be unfair if I chose 4. So we'll take that to heart, I think.
That's just the truth of it, That's the game. Neil Strauss. That's Andrew Tate. Also, my documentary, Monstrous: The Andrew Tate Story, coming out on Netflix November 10th.
I like how every episode, it's like 10 new music and movie projects that are coming out. My new beat tape.
I'm a busy man.
You're prolific. Should we do an interview section? Or
an interview with whom?
With our special guest.
All right. I thought, yeah. I thought the interview necessitated that it was someone who was just present during the interview, but that's semantics.
This is significantly less organized than last time.
This is the Oxford interview. It's going to be grilling.
Oh, okay. So we have some questions. This is our analysis.
Quick fire.
Sociological analysis.
Quick fire.
What is the best thing about Oxford?
Well, the best thing is that currently everyone's drunk.
Oh.
Including you, I suppose.
The tradition.
No, he's against that.
Straight edge. You listen to that Minor Threat. You listen to some hardcore punk on your...
I think he likes Altecker.
Altecker Straight Edge. Now that's new. Put that on a t-shirt. New aesthetic.
So, everyone's drunk. That's great.
Excluding you.
Excluding you.
Except me.
Yeah, I actually do hate the feeling of being the only sober one in the room. And believe me, I've experienced that.
Sounds like being in Parliament.
Yeah. So, but this is in fact the best thing. This is as good as it
There is
gets.
nothing better than being the only person sober and watching a bunch of silly drunkards.
Yeah.
That's the best experience in life.
Yeah.
So a designated driver. How does driver's license work in the UK? Do you have one?
They don't have roads.
Yeah, we have driver's licenses in the UK. Yes.
Yes, but do you have one?
Personally,
Yeah.
I don't.
Yes!
So no designated driver.
No.
Anti-car.
Fuck cars.
Fuck cars.
Fuck cars!
Love it, Ukraine.
I stand with Ukraine.
This
Fuck
podcast
cars.
stands with Ukraine. Yaro.
Shout out to
Theo.
you.
Not
He's not
the
listening.
Theo that we know online, who's a friend of Bill.
But Fyodor.
Fyodor, yes. Who's in the
Yeah.
the death metal man.
Yeah, he's a drummer for a death metal band. Shout out to him.
Shout out to him. Shout out, great drummer. Neil Peart.
There's no fucking drummer better than Neil Peart.
Alright.
Except John Bonham.
And this is good content. Okay.
This is a bit like a Frankenstein's monster for our last episode.
It's fucking awful. Every episode is just gonna be a bunch of in-references.
Well, if you have enough of the episodes, then your viewers will become
Yeah.
attuned. Enjoy.
But all of that was the answer to my question. Now, it's your turn.
Well, we have a lot of students at our school who are looking at going to Oxford. We are aware that the UCAS deadline is over, but...
It's today, actually, isn't it?
Is it?
It's today, 15th of October.
We'd like to remind everyone,
Yes.
by the time you're listening to this, it's too late.
But it's also...
No.
Yeah.
What is your advice for the people who still want to get into Oxford, even though it is too late?
Well, you'd have to find some way of contacting the dean, and has to be a very private request. You have to. I'm just saying you'll have to request some things from the dean.
Is fellatio involved?
Yes.
Now we're asking the real questions. So,
Total sincerity.
you can also do a gap year, right?
A gap year.
You can just do
Do you want a sincere answer?
Do you want sincere? I don't know if we're doing sincerity or not. Maybe we should switch every 10 minutes.
Okay, give a sincere answer with a punchline.
Dear me, that's even
Bazinga.
that's more difficult than doing an insincere answer.
Yeah, sincerity is scary. Yeah. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
We're confronting our fears here. This is group therapy.
Yes. One of the most important things is to be sincere. If you want to get into Oxford.
Yeah. Speaking of group therapy, we got our report cards yesterday.
It's pretty alright.
It was dismal, I think.
It's not dismal. Like, it's pretty alright. It's just nothing to cheer for, but
Nothing to write home about, no.
They were certainly report cards.
but you know, we keep that up. It's like fine. You did like worse than both of us, right?
I got a 28. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got the same as me.
Yeah, I got a 30, I think.
We're dismal. Sorry if any teachers are watching. You shouldn't be. Get the hell away from this spot, man.
I got like all 4s and 1 7.
It's crazy.
So it's
And a 7 in
English.
English.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of like the urban layout of most American cities. It's one big skyscraper and then a bunch of suburban houses.
Preferably with a
cars.
single currency. Fuck cars. Slava Ukraine. You say it wrong every time.
That's just like that's like the what do you call it in Islam? The thing that's on the Saudi Arabian flag.
The hijab.
Yeah, this is like the hijab.
Sorry, I'm too involved in the current thing.
I'm sorry if we have any Muslim listeners.
Look, just be assured we have all the right
Dear.
opinions.
You're not sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty ambivalent actually.
Yeah, we're pretty racist.
All right, tone that down a bit.
Is that the official stance of this podcast? That you're racist?
Well,
No.
Well, I think like infinitesimal racism is like inevitable, but it's like an asymptotic function. You're approaching an infinitesimal value as you get closer to enlightenment.
Yeah,
You flew too close to the sun.
that's actually profound.
And
And I heard that it was problematic to insist that you weren't racist. Original sin and all that.
True. Yeah.
So we just
Theological racism.
we just carry out the right actions. That's how we do it.
We go through the motions.
Speaking of deontology, the teachers at our school,
Oh God.
they are some real deontologists.
Yeah, Nikolas, you are. Sorry, Do I call you Bill or Nick?
This is the Sincerity podcast.
This is the
Okay, I'll just call it what I want to, which is
This-
Nick.
this
Yes.
is the paracetamol beekeeping podcast.
There's some non-binary people that like to be called sock.
Sock. I thought you were gonna say Saul.
Not everything is a joke about your AMC drama.
It's like they're not even acting, man.
It's a day in life.
It's a day in life.
Yeah.
What was I talking about?
You were talking about the deontology of our teachers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Nick, you are aware of this philosophical divide between deontology and
Consequentialism. TOK.
Yes, utilitarianism, also known as.
Thing is,
Yes.
what we've noticed is that people complain a lot about the way the teachers handle things. There's the classic example that so many people complain about, which is that, you'll fight back against a bully and you'll both get punished, right?
Yes.
That's like a
Yes.
classic example, right? Because it's and it comes from a place of deontology among the educational class, and we've seen this recently.
It's kind of we're in kind of a pickle. So we go to an IB school, right? And this school has NYPs and PYPs, which don't get in our way really often at all, but it does kind of affect the teachers' attitudes.
they're primary schoolers and middle schoolers.
Literally, everyone
Yeah.
from like 6 years old to 18 years old is in this school. So
Exactly.
I see.
So this often, has an effect on how teachers view things and how they decide to reprimand students. Everything happens with the context that there are impressionable children involved.
So in practice, that means no swear words.
At least not
At all.
I mean, we swear like all the time.
Of
but,
course.
But when it's obvious to a teacher, they will like get fussy.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
there are some teachers who will attack this issue more head on. Should we give him a name? We can't use that pseudonym.
The thing is, that we've given this individual, who is notorious for his deontological position, so many nicknames that it's
Because we can't actually refer to him because then he could overhear and that would
yeah. But
part of
also
shit.
all the
Yeah.
nicknames that we have for him are like also the names of other people.
Yeah.
So it's always unclear which one we're talking about.
You know when that guy was facing like sexual assault charges, and everyone just in media just called him like the cultural figure, even though everyone knew his name.
What? Which
Is this the same person?
No.
No.
That happened at your
using
old
that as-
school, right? Someone was a pedo?
Wait,
Two people. Two. There were two.
Oh.
He's from a real backwater.
Yeah.
Yes.
internet.
Yeah. And anyway, they gave him that nickname, right? Because they had to, because he was in trial or something. So
Like in witness protection.
so no, he wasn't the witness. He was
No,
the
he said
accused.
he wasn't.
But we can call this figure that we're talking about at our school the agitator.
The agitator. Okay.
So we have a problem with the agitator.
Alright. Big problem.
Not only did he give me about a year ago a real nightmare, just because I cursed about something in the corridor reserved for like people like me. So I wasn't ruining any impressionable young minds. But he popped off with me, and then he snitched to my teacher. And I had a talk with my teacher about that. That basically amounted to her saying, it's pretty funny. People have like different opinions and stuff. Okay, you can go now. But now, last week, me and Ernest here, we did a similar offense of a different kind.
So we were in the lunchroom, and
A similar offense to the sexual predator. Sorry.
Similar offense to swearing.
look in their
I see.
minds, it was basically that high, as you're saying.
Yes.
So we were.
Like sexually assaulted the lunchroom.
So we were eating lunch, right, at our table,
Bad
and
food.
horrible food.
Yeah.
We might have been, maybe we were even talking about how bad the food. The thing is, we'd finished our food. We were being social. We were on our phones to show something to each other. I think a funny meme, funny image,
Funny cat pictures.
and then comes over the agitator, and demands
Not only that we
put
put them
away our
down,
phones.
but that we hand them to his greasy hands.
Yeah. And that we
I
get them
see.
back at the end of the day.
And he knew my name, but he didn't know Ernest's name, so he asked for it, just so he can like call people out, because that's the kind of shit he does. But then, pretty lucky, we have a pretty short school day, so then we get to his office and we get that shit. But it was just so emasculating.
Masculine, yeah. And I mean, and then later we talked to a different teacher about it. They brought it up to us, okay?
Yeah.
And we were kind of like, that was kind of wrong. And this is a cool teacher, right?
Yeah, this is a bro.
Quite a libertarian, in a good way.
Who we are going to Berlin with. Get into that.
Yeah,
later
we'll
on.
get to that. But it was also the last time that you made an offense, including a swear. A teacher came and spoke to you about it and was just like, people have different opinions, right? I think it's kind of a conflict on their part, because personally, they do have an opinion that, you probably shouldn't prosecute literal 18-year-olds for swearing and using their phones. But at the same time, while they do have that opinion and they'd like to agree with the student, they have to
Maintain
also
cohesion within
maintain a cohesion with
teacher
other
body.
teachers. They can't exactly come out and say, okay, that teacher did something dumb. What's your take on this, Bill?
This would never happen in Oxford.
No, there are not 6-year-olds running around here. Well, actually, we do have tourists quite frequently. There are occasionally school children who will come in and just watch us. It's quite bizarre. It's a bizarre
Yeah,
experience.
because they know that's the only time they're going to be there.
Yeah.
Goodbye forever. yeah.
And, before I started here, my mom was like, "You're not gonna like the children being there, but for the most part, it's pretty alright. The only bad stuff is how it, changes the teacher's behavior, and also that one point when I was trying to get to the bathroom and a child was there and wiping his ass, and he had to lock the door.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
I
abysmal.
mean, our
Dear.
school has perfected the art of invisible segregation. Our designated lunch times are all coordinated so that they don't line up with each other.
Okay, but sometimes there are children there, though.
Sometimes there are children, but in general, they try not to have that happen.
Yeah.
The floors are segregated. The architecture is hostile towards children in places where they are not meant to be.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Really?
Like,
Well, For example, in the children's hallways are have zero blockages. You can look straight down them. This means that you can see offenders if you are a teacher. It's like a prison. It's like a panopticon. It's the same with the MYP hallway, but to a lesser extent, because there's a door in the middle of it. But then the library corridor and the one above the library corridor.
Yeah, the DP.
Is the DP corridor? I mean, NYP's have classes there too, but
Yeah, but the DP MYP corridor.
those spaces are filled with nooks and crannies and hidden spaces in order to hide from authority.
Yes.
Oh my.
Yes, it's true. There's like at the tail end of C4, which is the DP MYP corridor. You can get behind some lockers. Basically do anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the dealing spot, right?
Yeah. It used to be the place outside the toilet. But now they have a water thing there, so you can't deal with black tar heroin.
Yeah, it's not exactly water cooler conversation, is it?
Back during the war, there was a foxhole underneath that locker, and we used it to ambush teachers who were coming down the hallway.
Yeah, the fabled war.
Okay, so Bill, what about at Oxford? Where's the dealing spot there?
There's got to be.
Oh, I can't say. I couldn't say.
Could you make
horrible things done to me?
could you make up a place that has the same energy as it in a sort of dreamlike sort of way?
There is in the library. There is a little corner which is not particularly studious. I will say.
I know Oxford is for the erudite, but is it also a party school? I'm trying to hedge my bets.
Yes, it is.
Nice.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Get annoying at times.
But they're the kind of parties where you quote, science guys.
Their favourite parties of dinner. Favorite topic of conversation at the dinner party.
The party, the type of party where you where you pop Molly and then you go, so how about the theory of relativity, huh?
Exactly.
Well, it varies. I've now seen Albert Einstein in person, so
Yeah. The perks of going to Oxford.
I got published in Nature. Nature? How on earth did you snag a reservation there?
A publication. Yeah. That's great actually. So to segue into the next topic, how are we feeling? Marie from Breaking Bad, hot or not?
Marie, the purple woman.
The purple woman.
Who the fuck? Who are we talking about?
We're talking. Let's look this up. Bill, you're gonna want this on your end as well.
Pull it up, Joe.
Marie Magdalene.
Also a great one.
Mary Schrader. My name is Asek Schrader.
I feel like she's kind of cute.
Nah, man.
She's kind of an individual.
She's kind of like a very average.
If you were
woman.
middle aged,
if you were Hank Schrader, you'd be all over that.
Hank Schrader isn't that attractive.
No, not at all. Well, maybe a woman sees something in this.
Don't lie to me, Walt.
Don't lie to me, Walt. Have some chicken. Have some pie. It doesn't matter.
Put a mixture in your body and shit it all out.
So, wait, what did you want to segue into, Torsten?
The title of the episode, Berlinification, right?
Well, we have a working title. All right.
Oh, this is fucking whiplash.
You said that last time about my Who's the Hottest Stranger Things cast member thing.
Yes.
I don't know if we're going to name it Berlinification, really, because we've already spent half an hour not talking about Berlin. We can't just...
But let's still talk about it, right? Because it's relevant.
Hold on. How long do we want to go?
Last time we went about an hour?
I think, do you want to aim for an hour and a half, maybe?
Yeah,
An hour and a half.
Yeah, because we're already at the 15-minute mark, basically.
Yeah, I'm 50 minutes?
No, 30-minute mark, sorry.
30 minutes.
Okay, we can just go hard. Go home.
So,
Berlin. It's happening. January.
Save the date. Well,
they are building it.
Well, we can't really give the details of the in case anyone tries to get on the plane.
We can't give you the booking code.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called.
So,
Have you ever been to Berlin, Nick?
Well, which booking code? AZ7 or
Very nice.
431?
you have Bill?
No,
Oh, right.
never.
Shame.
I misheard that.
So recently you were posed the question, Torsten, where is the totality of all existence / reality located?
It's located in the capital city of Germany, Berlin.
That's really super. So, and that works on multiple levels, really. Historically, architecturally,
And aesthetically.
sacrilegiously.
It is a central axis around which Europe spins.
Yes, the Axis
Yeah.
powers. really.
So if you were to stand directly on the middle of Berlin, you'd be like going around like that.
Williams just died.
Yeah.
The people are listening at home probably think that I like fell over and
No,
broke my neck, much like that individual at TwitchCon. But that is not what
Wait,
happened.
Adriana Čekić?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm unfamiliar. I don't play video games.
I saw one of her, productions, before entering the studio here. To relieve myself. Gotta get those 2 hours in.
Wait. Dude, what? Wait. Oh yeah, she makes porn, doesn't she?
Yeah, that's like the big thing, dude.
Oh.
Now she can't do porn anymore.
Oh, I hadn't heard that discussed for whatever reason.
Well, I've never heard of that. Anyway, Berlin. So we were lucky enough to have all chosen history as our as one of our IB subjects. For some reason, William did not do it at HL.
Glob pole's better.
Glob, but you didn't do glob pole, did you? You did
You
visual art.
guys call it glob pole?
I
Glob
know.
pole. It's glopo.
It's just newspeak.
Globo homo.
In Langlit Econ S. Sci.
Comp sci.
Comp Sci. That's what Bill's studying at Oxford.
Shout out comp sci.
But that's not Berlin. So,
History is pretty great. It's an interesting thing to study. We have a great community there. Our teacher's really great. And, our cohesion has gotten to the point where we're going to Berlin in January.
yeah, but a lot of classes is just kind of hanging out pretty much these days.
Yeah, but the best hanging out is found in history.
Yeah.
What I mean is our history classes are just hanging out. I mean,
Yes.
I guess history is like kind of the dialectical, it's somewhere between like a nerd emoji and like a partying face emoji. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's great.
Why am I using emojis as an
The
analogy?
passing face.
What?
The what face?
Partying face.
Partying face.
Because you see,
That one like with the where thing in the mouth, just like a party hat. Yeah,
being
familiar.
I think
being like a history nerd isn't cool. But in this class,
The majority of people there are like pretty viable though.
but being Yaro is cool,
Yes.
yeah, that is.
despite the fact that he plays Hoi 4.
Yeah. Yaro somehow has like an ungodly amount of hours into Hoi 4, and I still managed to like
How
get
many?
something good for himself. How many hours? I would have to
Yeah.
ask him.
Like 1,000, dude.
Um,
Like big
Yeah,
numbers.
I'll DM him right now.
We'll wait.
She's probably playing Hearts of Iron 4 right now.
There's a pretty high likelihood of that.
For the podcast,
Let's see.
how many Hoi 4?
For listeners unaware, Hearts of Iron 4 is a game in which you draw maps.
And defeat the enemy.
Yes.
Yes.
It's all about drawing maps.
If you're
That's all.
if you're over 25 and you own a PC,
To reiterate, if you own a PC and you're over 25, you need to get this game right away.
the segment is sponsored by Paradox Interactive.
Yes.
You need to play this.
Their headquarters are actually pretty close to where we live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, Sweden.
Yeah, but they're like in here in
Stockholm,
Södermalm.
Sweden. Stockholm, Sweden. Yeah.
We're not in.
From the hood.
Okay, we're not recording this in Södermalm. I can tell you that much.
Okay. Does this mic thing actually make any difference? Oh yeah, by the way, guys, this is tell us if the audio quality is any better on this episode than
It's
the
going to
previous
be
one.
very echoey. I can already tell.
Oh,
Let's get the audio files on the job right
yeah.
now.
Yeah, if you're on any vinyl records,
You need any pressed for you inside.
Yeah, that during the hi-fi thing, that was a scandal that recently happened.
the hi-fi.
Now where people realize, the audio quality wasn't as good as they said. Yeah.
On what?
I'm so lost.
I don't even know. But it was something that happened.
Anyway.
Berlin, you know, you can eat kebab. You can,
Oh yeah, we're going to go to. Well, I imagine we're going to go to what is it called, Rion Gemüse.
Real Gemüse here.
Real
You need
Gemüse.
German food.
Yeah.
German food,
German
which is,
food.
you know, probably
Jason.
that place specifically is probably the center of existence.
Yeah.
Totality, like forget like, well, it probably would be the Brandenburg Gate, being that it's you know, it's the central monument of the city, and historically it was in between East and West. Well, very close to the wall.
I think it's the axis of revolution, like alternates between that and somewhere around Checkpoint Charlie, or where it used to be at least. I don't know if anything's still there.
Checkpoint Charlie's pretty much just looks like a street these days. Well, the Brandenburg tour is still pretty spectacular.
No, I mean as in Checkpoint
I tried to
Charlie.
look up the TwitchCon news and found porn. Sorry, guys.
Damn.
Torsten looked up porn. And gets naked.
Number 7. Torsten looks up porn and gets naked.
Yes! Okay.
What's your take on this, Bill?
Harambe.
I think Harambe.
Nick,
Let's have a minute of silence.
That's not going to be fun for the listeners.
That's there.
we can have it's like a
Well,
second.
they're being silent for a minute.
Maybe we could have our musical guests at some point.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, we are gonna have.
Who's our musical guest?
We're gonna have a guy called an up and comer from the UK, Kevin MacLeod.
Yes, Kevin MacLeod with his new single, Sneaky Snitch.
Sneaky snitch. Okay, how are we gonna play this? Because we can't. Get out your computer, Torsten.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
'Cause he's actually joining us over Zoom. Kevin MacLeod. We have him in the studio.
Right.
We have him in the Meta Studio.
Right, where's the
Yes.
Yeah, if
There's going to be a debate.
A debate.
Yes. Between your two guests. I have very personal drama with Kevin MacLeod.
Kevin MacLeod.
Yes.
Okay, maybe we'll just hide him away so you can't see him.
Alright, let's see what my dad was reading about.
Share
Yeah.
Your dad was reading about a Russian army general.
Yes, I mean that's on brand.
Do you have the same computer as
Yeah,
your dad?
Here's my Papa's Freezeria.
That guy. Well, that guy is like the commander of the invasion in Ukraine. So
You would
it
know
is-
that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
You would follow current events. Fucking dirty.
yeah, I only follow events that are on the currently ongoing section on Wikipedia.
Yeah. Currently, that's what's current? You know.
The Iranian protests and the Russian invasion of Ukraine.
Problem.
The pandemic's no longer happening. That's been taken away.
Problem.
Ooh,
Yeah,
it's
so-
over.
The thing about this computer is that it's perpetually charging because there's so much shit on it, and Dad doesn't want to remove shit. So, you know, it drains a lot of energy.
You should get like one of those. Wait, Bill, you're a computer guy. What should he do?
No, I don't. It doesn't seem
Turn
like
it
a,
off and on again.
it doesn't seem like a
That's
storage
true.
problem. It seems like just the battery is
No,
fried.
no, not the. It's not the storage,
No,
but he's got so much shit running, like at the same time. So the battery, you know, depletes pretty quickly.
I have the same. I have a great deal of tabs,
Yeah, man. You don't.
including I still have the Marie Schrader tab
Close the fucking Maria Schrader.
for private use.
for private use. Yes, I have. Let's see.
Jerk off to clothed pictures of Betsy Brandt.
What the hell's that background?
Yeah, I don't know either. He's just had this for his entire life.
I was born with it.
I was born with
it. I was born with it.
YouTube.com.
But I was born.
I was born this way. Our gay listeners is gonna, you know, they're gonna appreciate that one.
Yeah.
Do we have any gay listeners?
Any gay listeners in the comments, please? Sexual counts as well.
Due to the EU's rules regarding privacy, we must inform you the comments will be redirected towards the government of Poland.
Yes.
But we won't have to, you know, mutilate our musical guest like we did last time because Kevin MacLeod is no copyright.
Yeah. And also, we're not going to play him right up to the microphone so that he obscures all our conversation that we have over top.
Yeah, I mean, like, we actually, like, figured out the meaning of life while that guy was playing.
I think that is what we were talking about, actually. So,
Okay, do we take a 10-hour version?
10-hour podcast, guys, for charity.
Crank that shit up, Charles.
Crank that shit up. I don't know if you can actually hear that.
Yeah,
Man,
so
I'm just thinking what Kanye could do with this.
shit, he would sample the shit out of that, man.
Oh, we can't talk about Kanye.
Oh yeah, now we're anti-Kanye now. Current thing.
True, true. Kanye is out.
You see, he did.
Remove all your ratings from Rate Your Music now.
I worded he what he did. Oh yeah, no, I remember now.
No, he was just having an extra bad bipolar episode. It's no fucking funny shit.
I got it briefly confused with MIA.
Oh yeah, who's anti-vax now?
I don't know if he was always a conspiracy theorist.
I mean, it's whatever.
MIA, yeah. Endorsed by...
Man, I've never gotten this far into the song.
Yeah, it's
because
it's a real...
usually at this point in the Minecraft trolling video, the guy has already exploded.
Yeah.
Bill, are you still here with us?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
the latency's gotten better.
Wait, here's the thing I've been wanting to ask you for a while. I'm familiar that you have a website where you have some ratings on some records. And what I was wondering is why you don't just make a Rate Your Music account.
Your microphone appears to be noisy.
Bill, are you there? Oh, he's gone. What?
Am I?
You're muted on one of your things. I think you're here. So why don't you just make a Rate Your Music account, Bill?
It's like a reality TV.
A what?
Why don't you...
So you have this website, right, that you created to express your views on the pressing issues, like Boards of Canada. I was wondering why you just don't make a Rate Your Music account. That would seem like a quicker way out.
I don't know what that is.
Rate Your Music. You don't know what Rate Your Music is? I mean, it's essentially what you have, but for like everyone.
Well, I don't know. The name is a bit difficult to work out. For me.
Rate Your Music.
Could you please explain that to me a bit further?
Wait, is Kevin MacLeod doing his set again?
Yeah, he's doing love story.
Shout out to the ones who know. Anyway, it's a rateyourmusic.com, a website on which you can rate your music.
Well, other people's music.
Yeah.
Yes, your ratings of other people's music. That should be the name of the website.
So, it's called Rate Your Music, and I rate not mine, but other people's music.
Yes, just like you do on your own website.
That's quite difficult to work out. And I'm sorry, I don't think I'll be able to remember that.
I mean,
Yeah, but you can go on this website, right? You create an account, and you search up Attacker. Shout out Attacker, I saw him live in Helsinki. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you search up Attacker, and you go to the discography, you go down to like Chiastic Slide, and you click that 5 button. 5 stars.
Yes.
And that's just like way less hurdles than creating your own website with Sublime Text Editor or whatever your kids call it.
No, this sounds far too complex for me. I'm sorry.
All right.
True.
Okay, but I mean, can we talk about the items on the website?
Items on the website. I mean, sure, we can.
Wait,
We can go over the intricacies of
Nick's website.
Dennis's Quintography
Oh,
and Kenny Middleton's theorems, but
all right. Kevin MacLeod has suffered a stroke.
oh shit! In the middle of his second song, he died doing what he loved. All right. Maybe more than Kevin MacLeod. No relation to the guy.
All right, a silent second for Kevin MacLeod.
Yeah.
Who can relate? Woo!
Bro, thinky Kevin.
All right.
Alright,
Silly.
Goodbye, Kevin. All right. What a guy. Kanye would go over that and be like, "She was a sneaky snitch." Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that was awkward.
Oh, that's our first. Well, that was awkward of the video.
Wait, it took us 47 minutes.
Oh my god, we're getting less awkward over time. All right.
Well, I mean, so Berlin, right? Okay, we're saving the website for like the last breath.
When we really run out stuff.
But Berlin. Okay, so here's the thing. There's gonna be like a pretense of not going out to drink, but it's a history teacher and business teacher. Maintaining their identities here. So I think that we can just like do it, and they're gonna be. Yeah, we can like go out and drink. That's legal in Germany. I'm 18, so people are my children, but they're 17 plus. So
this is another deal.
Drinking is 16.
This is
Yes,
another
in Germany.
deontological issue because with school, you're not supposed to drink in school. Like, fine, okay.
Yeah, but we're not at school.
But we're not at
We're in
school.
Berlin.
We're in like the wide open world. We could be in a bar, but it's still
Yeah.
kind of a school-sponsored excursion. And so, history teacher says, "Okay, let's not get drunk, guys."
It's like an embassy.
No, she didn't tell us that. She told us to keep she told us to not bring alcohol.
Well, it's Germany, dude. It's like, we can get our
I
hands on that.
think we can, if we have like a night to ourselves, we can like totally go out, and they can maybe guess that what we were doing, but like all that's fine.
Yeah. I mean,
As long as you don't get drunk in front of your teachers, I think.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
but like, would that even be that bad? Like, you could probably
Yeah, you can just go to bed probably.
what? Yeah.
You can just have a designated driver like carry you in while you pretend to be asleep, so that you can't make any movements that will set out that you're drunk. Just pretend to have fallen asleep while studying.
I just fell asleep, officer.
Plus, from experience, like I can get pretty damn drunk and still be like cordial.
Right.
It's a skill of mine.
Cordial, like the soft
Rivalry and accord.
Yes.
rivalry.
Shout out to Rivalry and Accord.
Shout out to Mr. England.
Shout out to that one IB history teacher who wrote like all of our textbooks. What's her name again?
Ed Gein.
Not Ed. IB history.
Ed Gein.
Yeah, I mispronounced his name. A big influence of mine.
Is she the one who wrote the famous line, "Britain took their chestnuts out of the fire"?
Yeah.
No, that's the rivalry and accord.
Britain pulled his chestnuts out of the fire.
No. Okay, you guys keep talking. Joe Thomas and Keely Rogers. Shout out to them.
These are most definitely pseudonyms.
Joe Thomas.
No, Joe Thomas. She wrote the In Thinking website as well.
Think IB.
Composer.
This is most certainly just like 13 people.
Yeah, like R.L. Stein.
Joe Thomas, an electronic music composer. That's not the person we're talking about.
No, it definitely is. This is the person whose identity they've stolen.
Oh my god, they're from Wales.
Think IB.
Yeah, so it's actually possible that they just, as a side project, worked for the IB headquarters in Cardiff.
Then we got someone else who's called I'm Joe Thomas and I write romances about food, love, family and fun.
I believe every story should have a happy ending. My
Man.
books have been described as a...
This person would not like A Little Life.
This person would not like... They say every story should have a happy ending and then they write about like Hitler. Like IB history shit.
I mean, didn't Hitler have a happy ending? He killed himself.
He got what he wanted. No, one time when I was in Iceland, we overheard these Americans. They were saying the most American shit. They were like,
I love the NFL.
They were saying like, so I met him in a Whole Foods parking lot.
You meet someone in a Whole Foods parking lot.
It has everything in there. It has car culture. It has food. It has
Chiefly American.
Yeah. At some other point in Iceland, we heard someone just listing off methods of payment, and they were clearly American. They were going like
gay,
Cash App.
trans,
They were going Cash App, Venmo, Alipay,
PayPal,
yeah,
fucking Swish.
which is just another American trope that they all just talk about money.
Yeah,
It's a gas.
Valentino suits
Money.
and all of their people's classes.
It's a thrill.
What?
Money.
That's how Pink Floyd goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, every time I play that song, my dad My dad always makes a thing out of, that song's in an odd time signature. And he was like, back in my day, we danced to this shit. We danced to this odd time signature.
I mean, it's in like 7/4 or something.
7/4, yeah.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
But I mean, it's not like not danceable. And my dad always makes a thing that they dance to it at the party.
1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6, 7.
1, 2, yeah.
Shout out Pink Floyd.
Oh, that's the riff of the day, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to play it?
I don't know how to play it.
Okay.
Try.
You what?
Try. As long as it's sincere.
Yeah, I'll
You
get the
butcher
timing
it,
right.
it's fine.
Bring the guitar, bring the right-handed guitar.
That's the riff. We're lacking the harmonic context, but that's not important because we're talking about time signatures. It's rhythm.
Yeah.
Alright. You'll maybe learn a thing
Man,
or
I
two.
love the time signatures on this thing.
Dude. Yeah. Today's kids they just like 2-2.
They're just like 1-1.
1-1.
Boom! One! That's the song.
A one.
This is what TikTok is done to our youth.
They've got.
Yeah.
It's not even that they can't keep time. It's just they have such short attention spans. They can't even get to the second beat.
Wait, you guys kibitz. I'll see if there's any beer at all.
We're doing beer.
Maybe. I will.
All right. Let's get drunk.
No, I believe I have to say legally that we're not going to drink anything. We're
Yeah.
going to be drinking what remains of this must, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Right. No, we're gonna be doing cocaine, guys. Black tar.
Well,
heroin.
yeah, of course we're going to do that as well.
That's a high class drug.
Is that a gram?
We're trying to do drugs in here.
Okay.
This Demit doesn't care about cocaine, it's fine.
Alright, none in the.
Bill,
none
Do they have cocaine in England?
Do they have it in Oxford?
I'm not confessing anything.
Oh, do they have other drugs such as money? Do they have that in Oxford?
They don't. Depends on where you are.
We're all out of money. We've got nothing left. Okay, Bill, what's the worst thing about Oxford? You've been there like a week, right? 2 weeks.
The worst thing, basically, when you're in Oxford,
What'd you say?
when you're in Oxford, right? You come to Oxford, and you're there. You're finally there. You're finally in Oxford, right? And then you find out that this isn't really Oxford. This is not what you were thinking.
This is
Not
not.
sincere. Yeah.
It's not sincere. No,
It's not the ideal Oxford that exists in the world of forms.
So it's like a matrix.
Precisely.
it's not the Platonic Oxford. No.
Yeah. So it's not as romanticized as it has been eyes.
I mean, there is an idea of an Oxford, some kind of abstraction, but that's like just the collection of schema based on things you've heard and like pop culture depictions. At the end of the day, it's real people and material reality.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't go that far.
We can tie this back to Quintography. We can remember that the generator for like the concept of Oxford is like the word Oxford, which as we all know has 4 letters, O, X, F, and O prime. And 4 is not 5. So in the ideal spirit world, there would be an Oxford which has 5 letters. And thus its generator would have 5 cores. And thus it would be the ideal Oxford.
I think that's a little too advanced for the viewers.
Yeah, I didn't get a lick of that, man.
Yeah, that is sort of the point.
Yeah,
Sounds like pub banter to me.
yeah. What's your best pub banter, Nick?
Just
My best pub banter.
you want the word?
Yeah,
You want it?
yeah.
Whoa.
Bro, this guy's leaking.
Yeah. So that's the
That's the
day-to-day
best pub banter.
reference. It's the greatest TV show ever. It's all on YouTube as well. You're gonna want to watch the day-to-day and learn each episode by heart. There's only 6 episodes. Shout out to Chris Morris and Armando Iannucci.
Are you looking for the bathroom?
Yeah.
It's it's there.
William's been brought to tears.
It was so moving.
In both episodes that we recorded, I've had to go to this toilet.
Yes.
The second worst thing about Oxford is that we have to speak Latin in every single class.
That's not true.
Everyone,
It's not sincere.
everyone has to speak Latin. It's true. If you come here, you'll find out.
Do you have fraternities at Oxford, like Gamma Kappa?
No,
That's not a thing.
That's highly Americanized. But you have something similar, though, right?
I have no idea how they work in America, to be honest.
I mean,
Okay, so you don't have American style fraternities, but you gotta have some kind of like boys club, right?
Well, you have the Bullingdon Club,
Well,
where
yes.
you fuck pigs,
Yes,
right?
you have clubs.
But that's only if you're David Cameron, or like if you're like Bill is not David Cameron exactly.
Hitler is not John Wayne.
I mean, you have the colleges, right? Hitler is not John Wayne.
That's not exactly the same thing.
No, of course.
It just occurred to me. I just thought of a hypothetical problem in Oxford. People who come to Oxford, they work very hard to get into Oxford because they think it's going to be like Hogwarts.
On the surface, it does very much look like Hogwarts.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, you've had no trouble with people becoming hysterical because you can't do magic.
We do have that occasionally.
Really?
There is occasionally one person who can't do magic. They usually drop out.
What do you mean? I passed the thinking skills assessment. I can't do magic.
You didn't know the Duke of Edinburgh Award.
Employers when they see the Duke of Edinburgh on my CV.
My mom actually spent a summer, as an adult at Oxford once, because that's the thing you can do, right?
What, like, as a graduate? Anyway.
Yeah, just like go there for a summer and just like enjoy it and study some things for fun. That's the thing you can do.
Over the summer?
Yeah, right.
That's I don't know what you mean exactly. I mean, what kind of course? What would you call that?
Well, I don't even know.
Is this alcoholic?
This is not alcoholic. So my mom classifies these as sodas.
Great tonic to be clear.
I can't, and bitter lemon. I can't exactly agree though. You can't pull this out at a 10-year-old's birthday party.
I think you could. They're not alcoholic.
No, not alcoholic.
This tastes like lemonade to me.
But
This is a little more bitter.
Bitter coleslaw.
Yeah.
To shout out to the ambassador for Greece.
That's an
Okay.
obscure one. Oh, right. Oh, man. Oh, Jesus.
Russia elects Kowev.
Russia elects cop.
Kim taunts West.
By launching missiles over Japan.
Linux is kind of like the Roman Empire. The frequency at which you think about it is indicative of something.
True. What was it about men in the Roman Empire?
So some girls in my school, they had like a thing inspired by some person who was big on Instagram, that they would ask like men in their life how often they thought about the Roman Empire, and contrast that with their own frequency of thinking about the Roman Empire. And it's very humorous because you'll find it's quite consistent that the men will say, a couple times a week, while the girls are like, what the hell are you talking about?
Okay, I actually just was thinking about the Roman Empire as I was walking to the studio.
Yeah.
Because I saw this video recently, there was like a breakdown of how Paris looked like before, right as the Roman Empire fell, which was a very interesting video.
And I feel like an even more extreme form of Roman Empire gender essentialism is asking, how often do you think about Linux? Because the thing about the Roman Empire is, even if you don't think about it, you still know what it is. But
Yes.
Linux, many people don't know what that is. I barely know what it is.
Who is this Linux?
It's
Linus Tech Tips.
It's an idea. It's a place. It's a corporation.
It's
I know sort of what it is, and that it was created by a Finnish-Swedish fellow.
Linus Torvald.
But that's about it. That's about the extent of that.
The penguin runs around in a hamster wheel to make it just go.
Yes, that's what keeps it secure. Yeah.
Yes, I mean, if you study computers, you will learn that it is just run by homunculi. Every computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
If you have infinite monkeys and infinite typewriters, you'll get the words from Shakespeare.
infinite monkeys, infinite enjoyment. Whoa!
And that's the guarantee.
What does that mean? And that's the guarantee.
What do you think is the function? If you add, if you
You're gonna
add,
have to see at the function. That's funny.
Torsten just died.
Okay, I'm the only one left.
The death is now over.
Let's say you have 0 monkeys and you add 1 monkey.
That's infinitely more monkeys.
How much more happiness is it? No, here's a better question. If you had 1 monkey, then you have 2 monkeys, how much has your happiness increased? Has it doubled? Or is it a little bit less than doubling? Or is it more than doubling? Because
Definitely more than doubling.
So 2 monkeys is like actually better than 1.
No.
And it's better than 1.
Well, you know, I
think the threshold is 3.
Is this sum of its parts type thing?
Yeah, I think calculus has rotted my brain.
Man, in Math AA, do you get to talk about like monkeys and shit?
No.
But you do so regardless.
I don't think we've had a single word problem in the past 6 months.
Oh no. What'd you say, Bill?
It's the only opportunity you'll get to talk about monkeys.
Yeah.
His brain has been fried with so
Talk
much
about
for
monkeys.
calculus.
This is the Monkey Podcast.
Planet the
That's
Earth.
the end of Monkey Segment.
Happiness is a warm monkey.
Yeah. Oh bloody, oh bloody.
Life goes on, yeah. You know.
Bruh.
Monkey, yeah.
Listed among the worst songs of all time.
Which really doesn't deserve, you know.
No. I mean, it's
It's no heat. Sorry about that.
Oh yeah, should we go over that?
Yeah.
So the list of the worst songs of all time,
They also
as ranked by
for
Wikipedia.
that list they also have Phil Collins' Susubio, which is a great song, a personal favorite.
Phil Collins. I mean, I don't remember the American Psycho speech. The Shag's philosophy.
No, that's all he says about. That's all he says about Susubio. Great song, personal favorite.
Great song.
You like doing news in the news?
Yeah, so this include. So there's a Wikipedia article. It's pretty fun. I'd recommend
List
it.
of music considered the worst.
There's also a list of I think Chinese administrative subdivisions. I enjoyed that one a lot. List of band names is also a fun Wikipedia article. I do enjoy those. Pearl Jam, named after something.
And then after
I
Jam
think-
Pearls.
I think there is an association between the Chinese administrative provinces and the worst music of all time. There's some sort of link.
Not Brother How though. Not the Red Sun in the Sky.
No. Did Brother How do a cover of
What was it called?
Red Sun in the Sky?
No, we didn't.
No, he didn't.
He
But
might have done.
He made a cover of
Alright.
Without the Communist Party.
The most
in
famous one,
China.
yes.
We have analytics on this. You know, I was talking about Yaro's Hoi 4 hour count. It's 2024.8.
Jesus fucking Christ!
All that.
It's dismal.
Like about that many years have passed between us and the birth of Jesus.
True.
True.
The tentative birth of not the tentative, the putative birth of Jesus.
See, if you
they say he was born a little earlier or later, probably.
Yeah.
see if you had started playing Hoi 4 at
Zero.
The putative birth of Jesus.
Year
and you-
zero.
And you played it for an hour every year.
it's not very much at all.
Three wise men came to Jesus, and they gave him great gifts, such as an Undertale gift card.
That's a reference.
Yeah.
What was that? I think forgot what I was going to say now. Mr. Blobby.
From Noel's house party. Nick, I take it you're familiar with Noel's house party.
I'm not.
Oh,
No, but but you do know about Mr. Blobby, surely.
Yes.
of course. Amsterdam.
You're also familiar with the cheeky song brackets "Touch My Bum."
Maybe.
We're at 111, so you know.
That's fine. It's a real anthology. Are you familiar with "Who Let the Dogs Out" by the Baha Men? Great cover.
I can't deny it.
It may actually represent the nadir of human achievement. That's on my humps.
That's
My humps. My lovely lady lumps.
Oh, that was the Black Eyed Peas. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It may actually represent the nadir of human achievement. The nadir being the lowest point.
Yes.
Yeah, like in music, like the nadir and apex of a melody.
Yes, and the apex of the twin. Listen to
A Black Eyed Peas sex trifle, some consider the worst record of all time.
high praise.
You know, I actually listened to that song when I was 10 years old. I had it on a Spotify playlist.
Explains a lot.
Yeah.
Crucial to his development.
So, you know, what we're talking about, I think we should include something pre-recording here. And that's the talk of aesthetics.
Aesthetics.
Yes.
What about aesthetics?
We were talking about audiophilia. And how I claim to be an audiophile, but I'm really only an audiophile in aesthetic. I appreciate the aesthetic, but I don't actually hear the difference.
That is actually quite interesting. I was considering this while I was under the influence.
And I don't own a car, but I like cars in the aesthetic sense. And here's where the kicker came in.
What? Oh, yes. And then I said to Torsten, well, you're quite into girls. You claim to be. And yet...
Yeah, that speaks volumes.
Right?
And, you know, for all intents and purposes, I am an incel.
Yeah, in practice, you're kind of indistinguishable.
Okay.
And then I retorted with, I get spiritually laid more than you guys, at least.
Yes.
Going into baseball metaphors, William has this to say.
Yeah. My explanation of this was there are many baseball metaphors for sex: first base, second base,
Yes, home run.
third base. I put it this way: Torsten is on the field and we are not.
You're on the bleachers.
Yes.
When it comes to the world of women.
Oh.
And, you know, dating
yes.
and all that. Well.
Dicks.
Well, that was awkward.
Well, you know.
The joke was infinitely less funny than when we said it on the spot.
But it was so funny back then that I felt obligated to include it.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean, aesthetics are an interesting thing, you know.
Yeah.
Like, people are always into these cottages, I think, and the punks of cyberpunks.
Cottage core?
Yes, cottage. You see,
The core of cottage?
yeah. See, they take loads of pictures of orange things.
And oranges.
Oranges.
This constitutes their ideology, the material obsession, a replacement for God, if you will.
Yeah. Therapy is
Denial of death.
Therapy is the postmodern religion. Not going to therapy is like not going to church in 19th century Ireland.
Potato famine.
Potato famine.
Rest in peace.
Potato core.
What do you think about this, Nick?
Well, the potato famine is certainly a topic of aesthetical contention.
Yeah, was it good or was it not?
Well, my official position, my official public position is that it was pretty bad.
Is it? Do you think it leans more cottagecore or like solar punk? You think?
Well, you have to divide it into the sections. I think that the start of the potato famine, it was more cottagecore, but towards the end,
When they acquired the
Mhm.
potatoes, that's pretty futuristic.
Yeah, and it's kind of that is like an accurate assessment, I think.
I mean, one of those aesthetic movements has a more futuristic aesthetic than the other.
While I was on the way here, I was
saw a man dying of not having enough potatoes.
Ireland is Sweden.
True.
I was in this abysmal location. I'm allowed to say where it is. You know,
Yeah.
it is called Södermalmstorget.
Oh no.
It is a flat, open space. That is about as much credit as I can give it.
Sometimes there are, public musicians there. Huh?
Yeah, and there's a train station and like a bunch of old buildings, and then there is just like this huge like tube of advertisements coming out of the side of one of the buildings, and people are walking on it because it's actually like a walkway where you can look at the city from a higher point. And I saw this and I said, if people had seen this in the 1990s and I had taken a picture with some filters on it, they would have thought this is cyberpunk, you see. But in the real world, it was not nearly as impressive as if I had taken a photo like that.
It's just a bunch of junk,
And this is good content.
That's scandalous stuff.
We were talking about what haven't we covered? We've covered Dennis the Menace. We've read out the comments. We haven't talked about
Optimism and idealization of weed.
So what do we want to go with?
Taylor Swift.
Midnights.
Yeah, we'll be doing a track by track review of Midnights when it comes out. We're big Swifties here.
Yeah, we're gonna
Live.
do one every week.
Was that lame or
Live. You'll have to do it live.
right?
Live, yes. 1 hour for each track.
We'll do it live.
We're gonna listen to each of the songs on 2 times speed to be ahead of the curve.
Yeah. Taylor intended the album to be played at 2 times speed. Oh my god.
Okay, we have the big scoop with first in the story.
Yeah. We'll get it even before Pitchfork.
Yeah.
That's crazy, actually. But behind every great man is a great woman.
Except for you, Torsten.
Yeah, no women here. No maidens. Anyway, so there's Poptimism, right? The eternal conflict between rockism and Poptimism.
Yeah.
A big thing within music criticism that came out a few decades ago.
Mm-hmm.
And where do we stand on this?
Well, I don't listen to much pop music myself. I'm mainly listen to alternative rock, that kind of arena. But I think I could probably get into things like pop and rap and classical and metal. If I just took the time out of my day to do that. But there's just so much music out there. And
essentially, the thing with Poptimism isn't just like listening to pop. It's that accepting the notion that a music publication should review a pop album.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really cannot keep up with all the music nowadays. I mean, people are making hundreds of songs a day nowadays.
Yeah. Even my ass, putting out shit on the internet.
And
hundreds of songs being released.
Suicide Mission, Death Wish.
Yeah, that's my band.
I'm out with the new beat tape.
Fear of Dark.
Fear of Dark.
Yeah, that's the name. Lead single, Because I Got High, on all streaming platforms.
Yeah. On all platforms. Even Nik, you actually make music, right?
I was going to record a podcast when I got high.
Yeah.
And it's like metal as well. So, do you want to shout out your music, Nik?
I don't make music.
You don't make music?
I would have guessed that you made music,
Are you sure that you didn't make music?
I've never made music in my life.
You should try it. Find a trap loop.
He has
hi-hats.
stage, right? He does make music, but I won't shout out his channel. No worries.
Shout out Nik Music.
Yeah.
The music of Nik.
The music of TA.
That's my band name.
That's
No, that's my solo project.
my solo name.
Solo project.
I mean, we have a lot of production knowledge in the studio right now. I think.
You've got a great team here.
I know nothing of production. I only know aesthetics.
Yeah, you can be aesthetics.
Production is like applied aesthetics.
True.
Oh my god. What do you
We got applications and
Yesterday,
interpretations.
I just put in Linguist versus Marxist, and you said epic rap battles of history, and I pulled 4 bars out of my ass. That's indicative of an aesthetic ability, I think.
You just made it. Yeah, it's there.
I created your avenue, human nature, the saddest truth. Even Noam Chomsky mad at you. Grammar beat the last to lose.
Wait, hold on. No. Have to.
All right, we should put some rattling hi-hats in that, too. No, I don't need hi-hats. Okay.
Nik, you're a drummer.
Trap.
Yes,
Percussion.
I can't enter the music room. It has to be booked. We have a music room at the top of our flat.
Okay, streets hungry. Gotta feed the streets. I created your avenue, human nature's the saddest truth. Even Noam Chomsky mad at you, grammar, be the last to lose. Woo. That's real.
That's real. Thank you. The music is TA in the studio.
I have a response bar. I think.
Yeah.
Where did I put it?
Sneaky snitch.
Where the fuck did why did I put it? Okay. Yeah. I was like.
But then I got high.
One night I was like barely lucid, and the idea came to me spontaneously for a bar in Among Us rap song, in which the person is accusing someone of self-reporting, so calling a meeting.
Yeah.
Or reporting the body themselves. All right. Hit the track.
Hit the track.
Yeah.
DJ.
Shit, man.
Drumless. Sorry.
Man, what is this? A West Side Gun mixtape?
Zero.
It's a little Raptimism reference.
Raptimism. You guys know about drumless, right?
Yeah, you told me.
This is my position. I have.
All right, Ernest, tell the populace about drumless.
This is the mission. Finish up by that condition. Taking out this mission submission. That was it.
Okay.
That's great.
Kind of talked over it.
All right, drumless.
Drumless. It's when it doesn't have drums, dude. It's in the name.
Yeah, pretty much.
Put him out of a job. We don't need
Those
drums
fucking
anymore.
drums.
We have computers.
We got 7 more minutes.
Dude, it's not a deadline. Okay?
Yeah, but I like, I like an hour and 30.
Also, okay, so we have one topic left. Okay, actually, anything more to say about Berlin?
No.
We don't
Berlin, good.
We don't need to say this.
Albania, bad.
The name of the podcast is Infinite Enjoyment Pod. Just so you forget.
Oh yeah, Infinite Enjoyment Pod. That's like related to the idea of utilitarianism, which is consequentialism, which is like our ideology in defiance to deontology at the school.
As in enjoying weed.
True.
Yeah, that's so true.
Weed.
You might ask yourself a question. You might ask.
Where is my wonderful weed?
I don't see my wonderful weed.
It's I think to myself, what a wonderful weed.
Yeah. So Ernest has some thoughts on weed.
So I was surprised to learn when Torsten told me that people at this school might have done it.
Smoke weed?
It might have happened.
Of course they fucking did.
Yeah.
We've known this for ages.
Okay, but it's like,
At least I've known this for ages.
It's the convergence of like something that you hear about, and something that actually happens in your own life, like
Yeah.
It's kind of a culture shock. It's kind of like.
And we discussed this and we arrived at the conclusion that you have an idealization of weed.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, I have an idealization. I think of a lot of things,
Of
I'm just
the Strokes.
What? No, no, they're right in my face.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like surprised that things actually happen in the real world.
Yeah, you see, it's the kind of thing that you expect to happen in television shows or in fictional countries like America.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, I mean, in reality, it makes sense. Like, yeah, of course, it's not that out there. It's just like, it's kind of surprising.
Yeah. It's not legal though. Like it would be legal in Norway.
Really?
It's not legal in Norway.
It's
It's like particularly illegal in Sweden, but it's not legal in Norway.
legal for medical use.
Yeah,
something
like
like
that.
Look, I highly doubt that there are any differences between any of the Nordic countries.
At all.
I think in the future, all our petty squabbles over the peninsula will be over. It'll just be one huge state.
One big family.
Probably with a single crown. In both senses.
But no one wears the crown.
Every man a king, but no one wears the king.
Yes.
Yeah, I think, in your case, you just like didn't interact with people enough. You know, you didn't go outside, so you failed to consider
Yeah,
that people just like did shit.
I didn't realize this until like I started hanging out with a posse in grade 9, and I became aware that this posse and their peripherals they were involved in illicit substance use.
But you became...
Despite being like 15, 16 at the time.
Like
or
they told you this.
Yes,
Bro, did they like come on? But did they like ask you to come to the thing?
They like said that there would be the closest they ever got to that was saying there will be a next jamboree and hypothesizing on what I would act like were I there.
Jamboree.
Yeah, it was not a formal proposal because it was not for another few months at the time,
Right.
And it never happened.
I always find that crazy because I didn't find out until a bit, I think a while after the fact that you were, that close to those people. Honestly, I mean, it was at a point where I think we were in a, Torsten wasn't here, and you were in a separate class from me. Like you were in the A and I was in the B or something like that.
Yes. Yeah.
So
That was the nadir of your friendship.
well,
Not really.
I mean,
I'm
we
just
were
kidding.
still friends, but I don't know. I didn't.
I'm sorry about the fact that your friends left, right?
You know, this is actually
Because they're at a different school now.
this is actually a really heartfelt note to like end on.
Yeah.
I think.
Goodbye.
Do you have any?
The moment of actual sincerity on the Infinite Sincerity podcast.
Let's stop it now.
Do you have? I think our special guest should get the privilege to make the closing announcements.
Are we sure we want to end it? That's kind of
Yes.
a rational.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, we've been doing this for a full feature film.
You could have watched film in this time.
We could have watched half of Synecdoche in New York.
Oh man.
Synecdoche, New York. Yeah, that would be like 3/4 of Synecdoche, New York.
That would be a
Oh,
great
is it
time.
3/4? It's only 2 hours.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know. I just guessed it must be long.
Yeah, a lot happens in it, but like
It's been 17 years.
it switches scenes a lot. It's very fast paced.
Yeah. Okay.
Christ on a bike.
Anyway, Christ on a cracker. Closing announcement, Nick.
Yes. Do I have a time limit?
No.
Okay. Then
I want the word.
I'd like to just make an announcement, which is a warning to anyone who is currently in Oxford or wishing to visit Oxford. So, there have been a growing number of reports of a young man wandering the streets of Oxford, at times identifying himself as James, Edward, Daniel, Ben, and at least 3 other presumably false names, who has been pretending to be a student of the University of Oxford, generally claiming to be a student of the Christ Church College. This street person will linger in areas orating his alleged backstory, generally to tourists and new students of the university, a story which is said to become progressively more deluded and unbelievable over time. The logician at the university stated that the individual's reasoning abilities were extremely dubious. Several witnesses have questioned whether the individual was intoxicated or had been consuming drugs. It is not known whether a counterpart individual exists in the city of Cambridge, and this warning was issued on the 13th of October 1633.
That's great. Honestly, that's good media.
I would also like to make an addendum. This is a report from a witness of this unidentified strange man. Oh Lord, help me, for this man has consumed 3 hours of my time. Lord, please spare me from this strange man, this false student of Oxford. He now haunts my dreams, O Lord. Forgive me, have mercy on us for this blight curse upon Oxfordshire.
Shit.
That's an announcement.
Okay. And on that
So
note,
beware.
what'd you say?
Beware.
Beware. Be real.
Death curse.
Yeah. You came to me with money and saying, I didn't ask him. I didn't ask you.
Not again.
He had
Oh,
money in his
Christ.
hand. He offered me.
That's Charles Manson, proud sponsor of the pod. Do we click the buttons?
That's a joke, by the way. We're
Ah.
not sponsored by
Big-
Mr.
Manson.
Mr. Person.
He's dead now.
All right.
Confidently.
Goodbye. Let's end it.
Goodbye.
Glöm inte vem du är. Glöm inte varför du gör det. Glöm inte vem du är. Glöm inte hur du görs. Glöm inte vem du är. Glöm inte var du befinner dig.
Now that the show is over,
and we have jointly exercised our constitutional rights, we would like to leave you with one very important thought. Sometime in the future, you may have the opportunity to serve as a juror in a censorship case, or a so-called obscenity case. It would be wise to remember that the same people who would stop you from listening to
Infinite enjoyment.
may be back next year to complain about a book, or even a TV program. If you can be told what you can see or read, then it follows that you can be told what to say or think. Defend your constitutionally protected rights. No one else will do it for you. Thank you. Glöm inte var du befinner dig, glöm inte när. En riktigt viktig tanke. En riktigt viktig tanke.
And that's the guarantee.